Over the last few years, the JDRF Lincoln Dream Gala has celebrated and honored several milestone anniversaries. In 2015, we honored the Leeper family and celebrated the 40th anniversary of their founding of JDRF Lincoln. Last year, we honored Barb Christensen in the year that marked her 50th with Type 1. Tonight is the 20th annual Dream Gala in Lincoln, but it also marks two significant landmark moments for the Gokie family. Tonight, Justin Gokie turns 30. 2018 is his 20th year with Type 1. His journey over those 20 years, like that of the gala, is one of challenges, hope, advances that provided a better quality of life, and the never-ceasing search for a cure.
I took Justin to the doctor. It was 4 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon. It was January 6th. He tested his blood sugar and he sat down and he said, "I want you to take Justin to the hospital." And I said, "Okay, well, Kristen's home sick, so I'm gonna run by the house." And he said, "No, I want you to take Justin to the hospital and I'll meet you over there." So I knew on the way to the hospital that something was not good for him to leave his practice and to come with me so I wouldn't be alone.
I was really scared. That first night when he came home, it was in the hospital, it was fine, right? I mean, it was bad, but that first night, I'm pretty sure neither of us slept. Of course, we had to wake him up every couple hours and check his blood sugar, and we probably overdid it, just like everybody does, but the first night was bad.
Justin spent 4 days in the hospital, and we got out on a Friday. And when I got home, I thought, I don't know if I can keep Justin alive, because I don't know how to do this. The hospital staff said that there was a parent support group on Tuesday, and they said, "We don't know if you're ready to go to that or not," but I went, and I think where my initial world was, oh my gosh, there are people that understand what I'm going through, and there are moms and dads who can empathize with me, and that was a game changer for me to know that I wasn't by myself.
We didn't know what we were doing, and that's when, thank God, JDRF got involved.
Justin was one of the honorary kids in the JDRF walk that first year. Deb was the family team chair and increased donations from $4,000 the previous year to $22,000. A short time later, she was hired as the executive director of JDRF Lincoln.
I started at JDRF in 1999. There would be so many times where a mom would come in and sit in my office and just sob and say, "I don't know how I'm going to do this because I don't know anything about this disease." And you know, we would walk her through and say, "You know what? You're going to be okay." It's sort of trying to find joy in your journey, and you know, you celebrate it with other people that have lived through it.
She's poured her heart and soul into making it a better life for people with diabetes and their families. I can't imagine doing that, to have to go to work and to do that all day long and then to come home and have the reality of you don't get to leave your job because your job is your life.
Being an intricate part of the organization did not free the Gokies of the struggles and terrifying moments dealing with Justin's Type 1.
When you're in high school, you don't want to be different than anybody else, and you don't want to have this thing. And there were a couple very frightening moments where he went into seizures and we had to call 911.
Diabetes sucks. I feel like he was robbed of a childhood that I had experienced, that the freedom to go outside and play and to go to a friend's house and have a sleepover, and you know, I couldn't relate. I just didn't want to see him have to deal with those things.
Supported by the efforts of his mother and JDRF, technological advances developed through research have drastically bettered Justin's daily life.
20 years ago, I used to take 5 shots a day, which after so long, you get a little sore, and it sucks. The next step was moving to an insulin pump that had a 2-foot-long tube attached to it. So I had to tuck my shirt in every day, and just figuring out a way to be able to tuck my shirt in was super difficult. I ended up having to cut a hole in like the inside of my pocket and run it all through there. And then, you know, the next step, I got my first continuous glucose monitor, and I wasn't even able to wear that because of how much pain it caused when I had it on. So just going through those experiences and seeing where I'm at today with, you know, a glucose monitor that I can wear for a week straight with no issues, have those numbers on my watch, and then be able to have a pump with no tubes, no nothing attached to it, it's completely changed my life.
He has done so incredibly well just managing his diabetes and taking care of his family. He's a good dad, good husband, great son. You know, he's really grown into just a really great young man, and I'm really proud of him.
For 2 decades, JDRF Lincoln has gathered one night each year to help fund a cure. While that goal is closer than it's ever been, its potential impact on the Gokies and every family in this area living with type 1 is just as dramatic as it was 20 years ago.
There was one time where I wasn't home and he was getting low and had to tell Jocelyn, had to get the phone out, and if this happens, I need you to call 911. And hearing about how scared she got, it's terrifying. As an adult having to deal with it, I can't imagine a 7-year-old having to stay cool and be able to do that, and that's the scariest part.
I've told him over the years that you need to take care of yourself so that someday when there is a cure, that you'll be ready for it.
That would be another life changer. You know, it would make me sleep 10 times better at night, knowing that I didn't have to worry about not waking up in the morning because of, you know, going low. That's something that I hope for, again, my kids, sister's kids, everybody else out there's kids. I don't want anyone else to ever have to experience this. It's not fun.
Not only would I not have to worry about Justin, but I have 5 grandbabies, and every time one of them gets sick, the first question I say to Kristen or Justin is, did you test their blood sugar? Every morning I get up and I pray for all of my family's health. So a cure for me would mean that none of my grandbabies would get diagnosed and that Justin would be okay.